This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Rowdy podcast.
Yeah. So we got the boys here with us, Jacob Hackworth and fucking Heath Warren. Fellas, thank you for driving out to this side of town, joining us behind a Tractor Supply. You saw the pink Lamborghini out back.
Yep.
That thing looks quick.
That's
Yes.
it's a pink Lamborghini.
Pink Lamborghini.
That thing will give you 3 wishes, man.
Something like that.
Oh my gosh, dude, I've never heard that. No, we're pumped, dude. Thanks for having us out here.
Of course. So what have you guys been, how many rights did we have today?
One.
One.
Yep.
And you ended up with a song and a can of Zin, right?
Yep. Song and a half and a can of Zin.
Yeah.
Song and a half.
Gotta
and a
always
can.
try to get the halfy if you got the time. Yeah, and
we
a can
started
of Zins, dude.
started
Shout
the
out
second
Devin
song.
Dawson for the Zins.
Yeah.
I stole these from you.
Hell yeah.
And I owe you a can.
Hell yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I bought 3 cans this morning. You can just have one." And I was like,
Nice
"Okay,
guy.
yeah, I appreciate it."
Nice
Completely
guy,
out of the
Devin
blue.
Dawson. Just a good dude.
Awesome. We're gonna crack our first Surfside here.
Dude, you know what? I'll just try.
Just try him. Just try him. I want to see. I don't know if Hackworth had him. I know.
Oh,
I
it's
haven't.
a tidal
Look at
wave.
Yeah, it's a tidal wave.
I just smash it.
Just try it. Yeah, just see what you think. It tastes like lemonade, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
You can
I could
crush
drink
'em.
400 of them.
Yeah, I was about to say I couldn't just have one.
Yeah. Well,
I could have about 50 of them.
Yes.
Dude, it would be easy for me to get too carried away with the Surfside for sure.
Yeah, they've been very good to us. They're
Where
based out
did
of
I see
Philly,
these
and
at?
Probably one of our events. We have them at Losers and
Yeah.
at Duck Blind now. We used to have them over with us at Live Oak.
Oh
but-
yeah.
We had them. I was getting buckets of these at Losers.
Yep.
There we go.
For
Yes,
Al-
I was like,
Alabama
I
football
have
game.
Yes. yeah.
definitely seen these before. Usually, I might have even drank one, but you know, when I'm going, I don't know really
Yeah,
what's
you were going the other night, dude. Listening
Yeah.
room show and then out,
yeah.
right?
Dude, I was I was on one. We got into the Tito's early
Who were
on
you
that
with?
day. I was with Eric and all the guys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you played at listening room with
I
them,
jumped
or-
up and played a song,
Oh, there you go.
but
hell yeah.
I had, like I said,
I was
already
out of
been.
town.
Yeah, I know. It was a sad day. Usually you're there,
Otherwise, I'd have been there.
but yeah, I got into the Tito's a little early.
Yeah, it was a rare Friday night where Nikki T and I are out. Usually we're out a bunch during the week doing
Right.
the
Oh, yeah.
events and stuff. But we were doing an after party for the guys from Them Dirty Roses after their show at
Oh, yeah.
Cannery. So we were like, everybody come hang at Losers. And then we're hanging out there with all these Southern rock folks. And all of a sudden, I see Van Houten come in. I see Skis come in. I see Mike come in. And then I see fucking Hackworth. And I'm like, oh, boy, this night
that's-
just
Did
took
I
a
see
hard left turn.
Hackworth stumble in.
That's our squad. If we feel like just
Yeah, dude.
teetering on the let's cause some trouble kind of tension.
Never not a bad time.
Yeah.
If I
No,
said that right. Always a good time. We'll
those
just
guys
keep
are
it.
fun. Yeah.
And I feel like it's important to have a crew like that in town.
For sure.
And you boys have, it seems like, had that for a long time. Like, how
Yes.
long have you two known each other?
We met in
5
2019.
years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right when you moved to town. I don't know how many buddies you had when you moved to town, but I felt
had a
like
couple.
I
Yeah.
caught you right when you got here.
I met you because I met Michael Rotundo.
Oh, Rotundo.
I was at Doghouse one day and I was working at Losers downtown bar backing, and like we had like all of the bartenders like went out, and so I went with them and I walked into Doghouse and there he sat, Michael Rotundo.
Yeah.
Pair like the craziest shades on I've ever seen. And I was like, I think I got introduced and he was like, yeah, man, I'm doing music too. And we were like, cool. And he was like, I got this van around the corner if you want to come like smoke a cigarette and listen to some songs. And I was
Smoke-
like,
that is the most Rotundo introduction of
Oh,
all time.
yeah.
Come
It
hang
is.
out in my van. Let's smoke a cig and listen to some demos.
for sure.
This van was a bit of an icon for us when we all first became friends. And
It was the most insane van. It was like a 94 Ford like
conversion van with like the TV
shit.
and like the string lights on the inside, and
he had like a like white, what is that? Like the fuzzy seat covers?
I'm
The
pretty-
whole nine.
I'm pretty sure that van's getting smacked by a hurricane right now because he just left it in some random parking lot in South Florida.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yep, that was the last time I saw it for sure. It was
Yeah.
never saw it again.
Yep.
Shout out Rotundo. Good
Actually,
Lord.
embarrassing story when I first started dating my my now wife. She had come to town to visit me. I think this is her second time coming to see me, and Rotundo was like, "Man, what are we doing tonight?" maybe he and Adam were playing at Tin Roof. This is before after Midtown formed, and they were still playing kind of covers down at Tin Roof Broadway. And he's like, I'll come and pick you and your girl up and bring you guys down to downtown for my show at Tin Roof. I'm like, convenient for you and very convenient for me. And like this poor girl, I don't know how the hell she married me, because Michael Rotundo pulls into my driveway and picks us up to go on a Tin Roof date. And we both hop in the back of his van.
You're stepping on Marble Light, like cigarette packs. And he's just like dips it off in the back. Just getting there like, this is sick. I remember being like, oh, dude, you're sick, man. And then we started hanging out apart. Yeah.
I wish I had my phone on me. But I think the very first TikTok video I ever posted on my TikTok was Rotundo pulled into the gas station in the Gulch. And he opened up the back door, and I slid out the back and acted like I had been like hogtied in the back.
Shit.
I ran through the parking lot, and everyone just stops and is like freaking out in the parking lot. It's so funny.
So on brand for you guys too.
Dude, constantly trying to just take it to the next level for sure.
Yeah, we were young back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like yesterday.
Yeah, and it's those moments with the boys, because although you're doing all these degenerate fun activities, it's like being in a frat almost with your homies, and you guys all kind of moved to town around like a similar time. You guys are also in the trenches writing songs together, just grinding, just fucking. And you've said it before, like you had that great speech during CMA Festival. I think it was last year. Talking about how this town just kind of beats you down, and people ask you back home and like family members, why are you still doing this shit? Like, why haven't you gotten a real job and whatever? And you just stay persistent. But you go through that with your homies like Rotundo. Like
you never really feel how like kind of rough it is and like how shitty it is, because it's just you find the fun in the little things, like all of us hanging out.
Well, yeah, I think you can go into the cliches where it's like, oh man, if you want to be successful, surround yourself with people that are better than you are or whatever. And I think we were doing that, but also we were just. It's important to find your circle with people that are like-minded and have a goal that they're chasing that might be like yours. But I think for us, when we were doing that unintentionally, we were creating these lifelong friendships. And when you're going through the grind, it just feels like it's a lot easier to do it with people that you love. And I feel like that's why when you move to town, everyone is they think that's the most important thing you could do is like, man, you got to go find your people, find your circle. And you know, everyone's time was different. I remember when After Midtown joined, I remember when they signed their publishing deal, and all of us were like, man, I want a publishing deal too, you know? Like
we were all like,
you're
holy
just like
shit.
watching them do their thing, and
it's real.
You just want to see all your boys win. And it's been really cool watching our group as everyone has kind of grown up and everyone's gone their own way, and we always kind of find our way back. But, you know, again, everybody's time is different, but everybody's stuck by each other's side to support each other along the way. It's been really
it's
cool.
been awesome.
Yeah, and you talk about coming up together, and you guys having some big moments with artists that moved to town slightly after you, like the Bailey Zimmermans, like the Tucker Wetmores, like the Josh Rosses, like the guys that come to town and like become part of the circle from just like maybe you wrote with them one day and then you're like, oh, Heath's got to get on the right with him, or vice versa.
For sure, yeah.
Totally.
No, it is exactly how it goes. I mean,
it's how it's been for us.
For sure.
Yeah.
Constantly like, oh, dude, what'd you do? Like early on, and we're like, oh, I did this. I told him about you. Next thing you know, we're working together doing this, or we're doing that.
Right.
It's always been that way.
Yeah,
it's been good.
So going back to like, so obviously Rockin' a Hard Place, a big, like, you had some cuts like after Midtown stuff, Kobe Calais stuff, like you guys had like homies putting out stuff, and like the momentum, like it seemed like the pot was starting to bubble, and then it just bubbles over when
for sure
when Rockin' a Hard Place comes out. What was that moment kind of like, and how'd you guys kind of get linked up with Bailey?
I mean, you're just better at talking in general, but I'll definitely let you tell a story. But dude, I hadn't had shit going on. I would been writing a bunch of songs with Heath and like obviously after Midtown, but I hadn't had any cuts. So this was like probably, I think this was like the first cut I had, like with Rock, and like especially the first label cut, like actual major.
Yeah, man, I guess we could really like go all the way back to when Hack and I first met, because I heard this kid sing for the first time. I was like, I don't care what I got to do. but I'm gonna help that kid. I know he just moved to town, but I might not even know how to teach him anything, but I'm gonna bring him under my wing, and we're gonna figure it out together. So I remember our first ride together, and I was just really excited about that. And it's always one of those things. Whether or not that song ever sees the light of day, it's fine. Because again, it's like, man, we're always gonna write another song tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just want to write it with Jacob, because I really like what
Thank
he's got
goodness.
going on.
Right?
Thank goodness.
So, I think it's important to say we were trying to navigate our lives during a pandemic, which was, challenging. And what I remember about Hack during that time, like during the shutdown, like when all of us were kind of geeking out and you're just kind of on your phone all day, like scrolling. And but I remember seeing Hack working for Amazon and delivering packages, and we were in like group chats,
lit, dude.
We were in group chats, and he'd send us funny ass videos of him in like the Amazon truck and him
Missing
just,
shoes and shit. I had to run from a
Yeah.
dog and
Yeah.
ran straight out of my shoe, and it like had the collar where it couldn't get out of the yard. It just took my shoe. I couldn't get it
Yeah.
back, so I just delivered the rest of the day.
But man, I remember telling my now wife, but at the time we had just started dating. I remember showing her my phone and just saying, "This kid is too talented to be delivering packages."
Yeah.
And she will like be the witness that,
Oh, yeah.
that proves this. Like, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but like I'm gonna do it with that kid for sure. And long story short, things started to open back up slowly, and I always had this side gig, this bartending gig on a boat that runs up and down the Cumberland River from downtown.
Oh, you were a riverboat.
And I was, so it's called the Pontoon Saloon. Shout out Pontoon Saloon.
Shout out Pontoon Saloon.
And basically, they just do these 2-hour cruises. And I was bartending, DJing, and deckhanding on this boat.
Wow.
And I hit up Hack, and I was like,
This
hey,
is the
dude,
best thing ever.
world is slowly opening. This summer's going to be crazy. People are going to be coming to Nashville. If you come and do this, I'll show you the ropes. You can quit your job. You're going to make enough cash in 1 to 2 days every weekend to pay your rent in a day, and then we can just focus on writing songs all the other days of the week. And he did. We worked our ass off all summer long.
Shit.
Just
Quit.
Filled shoe boxes with cash. And I think we had been working on the boat together for like a month and a half when we wrote Rockin' a Hard Place together.
Yeah, man.
And I think, because of his willingness to take on that job and open up, a little bit more of his schedule, and we were able to keep our head above the water just on the survival side of things, being a songwriter with no deal. It allowed for us to have the opportunity to write the song that changed our lives. And then we got to quit that damn job on the boat. Shout out Pontoon
That's
Saloon.
the best
Shout out.
feeling when you have that moment
Yeah.
in your career. Like, I used to be a bouncer when I was
Oh,
able
yeah.
to get when I was able to get on the road with artists and not be on Broadway.
For
checking
sure.
IDs, it was such a great feeling. And
Right.
for you guys, that feeling of being like, hey, I'm not coming in tomorrow. Oh, when did you be back in? Oh, never.
Yeah. Not. Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's the dream. And I think not all of us really know what the dream looks like when it arrives.
Yeah.
You kind of have a picture in your head. But I think for us, man, it kind of came back to, what we were saying about like making your circle and finding out who those people are. Because I've written so many songs with so many people that I don't know, just from that, going out, shaking hands, saying yes, grabbing a date, showing up, writing the song, whatever. But coolest part about rock for me is the fact that I got to do it with him.
Yeah, no doubt. Same here.
But to answer your question about Bailey, through After Midtown, I had met Chief and Simon from the Core.
What a great that duo.
Yeah,
they
dude.
talk about shaking the world up in a matter of a few years.
Oh.
I know they've both
Yeah.
been at it separately for a long time. Nickelback, Hinder, FGL, Morgan Hardy, all that stuff. But like what the Core has done over the past few years developing guys,
Oh,
Right.
absurd.
insane.
Totally. So there was another management company that was attached to kind of a partnership with the Core, with After Midtown, and one of the managers from 10th Street Entertainment was a guy named Scott Frazier. And Scott had called me, and he's like, hey, man, we got this kid. We just flew him in. Green as can be, but he just posted a video on TikTok, and it went viral, and we're thinking about, developing him as a country artist. And he's like, I don't know if you have time to write a song or maybe just meet up with him and just, hang. And I was like, yeah, absolutely, Scott. So I end up meeting up with him, and we had technically on the books, we had a date, me, him, and Austin Sean, who I had worked with on the After Midtown stuff.
Yeah.
So we get to Austin's house. I pull up. This kid jumps out of this big white Tahoe, and we're knocking on the door. Austin Sean's not home. So we call Austin. He's like, man, I'm in Texas right now with my family. I didn't know anything about this. So I look at Bailey and I'm like, what's up, man? I'm Heath. I know this is weird, but I live right down the street. If you want to go and hang and maybe we write a song, we can drive down. So we went and hung at my place, and I'm just talking to this kid, 20-year-old kid, like just deer in the headlights for him. I vaguely remember him saying, man, I've never even been to a city this big before.
Yeah.
And they're just promising me all this stuff, and I'm a little bit scared. And if I sign this management deal, my girlfriend's gonna break up with me. If I move to Nashville, and I'm like, bro, you do whatever the hell you want, but you'll spend the rest of your life wondering what if you don't do this. Like, you should take this chance. And 10 days later, he moved to Nashville, and I think it was right around that time we wrote "Rockin' a Hard Place." A month after that, I posted a video on my Instagram playing rock, just acoustically. 25 minutes after I posted it, him and Bailey and Austin called me, and they're like, dude, what are you doing with that song? Can we have it? I was like, have you signed your record deal yet? He's like, no. I was like, go sign a record deal and give me a call if it's still available. We'd love to hear your voice on it. I'll talk to my co-writers. All of us said yes. Jet Harvey said yes.
Big shout out, Jet Harvey.
Yeah, shout out, Jet.
The killer.
And actually, Jet was, an artist at the time. That's how I met him. And, he really wanted a hit song to try and break his career. And I'll never forget, I had Jet come over to my house at like 9:30 in the morning to just chat through this opportunity. I'm like, man, this kid's got a record deal. He's got a lot of promise. He already has a fan base. And I really believe in this management team that he's got with Chief Simon and Scott. And, if it ends up being what I think it could be, then this will help launch your artist career anyway. You can always put out your own version, whatever, but like let it be its thing. We took a shot of whiskey. He's like, sounds good. And I went and played a round of golf. Told Bailey he could cut it. He cut it 2 weeks later on Halloween. Came out 7 months after that, I think, or 9 months after that.
Mm-hmm.
And
like a literal baby, like a 9-month.
Oh, for sure.
Conception.
Yeah, for real. And man, I just remember all this stuff.
It was a crazy process too. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was. And, the pre-save piece of what Bailey had going on TikTok at that time, just remember, same thing. The Corps called me. They're like, man, we just broke the record of pre-saves.
It was like I did
Everything
not know
was
what was going on. Like I said, I was very early on in my career, so I was still like calling Heath like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
What does that mean?
I'm like, I don't know, but it's good.
It was so sick, man.
But, yeah, man, song came out on the Friday during CMA Fest. Bailey debuted an acoustic version at Spotify House the day that it came out. And, man, the rest is kind of history for us. Our lives changed. Bailey's life changed. His whole career changed. And what that song has done for so many people has just been really incredible to be a part of.
Yeah, dude.
Best part. It's been insane.
Yeah, because I remember the first time we got to have Bailey. It was on before Nick and I had merged, and I became a partner in Raised Rowdy. Nick had Bailey on a Rowdy on the Road. And I think like that following week, I had him on at the time in the round on a Tuesday, and I was just like, this. Like I would had no idea. I knew it was very raw. It was like before he'd even moved to town. I remember Chief did like a core takeover.
Yeah.
It was like him,
right.
Josh, Rachel Wiggins, Nate, like that whole crew.
I think I played that show.
Yeah, I think you did as well. After Midtown did, like
Yeah.
it was like in 2020, and it's just crazy to see where everything's gone because we've gotten to go. You guys have gotten to go out on the road and like watch it.
Oh yeah.
Watch the crowd react live, and you got engaged to it, right?
I did, yeah. Just another thing to add to the list about that song, which is so funny. Like my wife will like read the comments. She's like, well, this guy said, why would you get engaged to a song that's a breakup song? And I'm like, it's not a breakup song.
It's not?
No, this is the happy ending to that song right there,
For sure.
Yeah. We got engaged on stage at the Morgan Wallen show in San Diego. And funny story about that, and this is just classic Bailey. Sweetest damn kid on the planet. But like, it's always a moment with him, you know. He really is just an entertainer. So that was a two night show in San Diego. I went the first night just to kind of get the lay of the land, and before the show, I was on the bus with Bailey, and he and I go back to the back lounge with his videographer, and I was like, boys, I think I'm gonna ask this girl to marry me tomorrow. It'd be awesome if maybe I could do it during sound check, like nobody in the stadium, like super low key. I just need you to like take a video of it, and you know, Bailey, I need you to be okay with me doing this. And he's like, yeah, man, sounds good. Next morning, 9 a.m., he calls me. He's like, hey, dude, nobody's even sound checking today because the sound was great last night. So I was just talking to Phil, his tour manager.
Yeah, shout out Phil. Great dude.
Great dude.
Love Phil Haney.
Yeah, he's just the best.
Yeah.
And both of them were on speakerphone, and I had to I was at the pool at the hotel in San Diego. I walked away from Brandis, and I took the call, and Babe's like, hey man, change of plans. I'm just gonna call you up on stage during Rockin' a Hard Place. Dude. And I was like, no, you're not, dude. She's gonna hate that. I think like the one thing she always said was like, if you're gonna do it, just don't do it in front of a bunch of people. I don't want it to be like at a Yankee game or anything, you know. But I just, you know,
that went out the window, dude.
We were at a baseball stadium. It was on stage in front of 65,000 people, and she couldn't say no. And now we're married, so it's all good. Yeah.
Went viral.
Yeah.
Video went viral.
Yeah, it was a big moment.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that, just being like, oh, fuck, Heath did it
Dude.
big.
Yeah,
where was
so
I?
did Bailey, because it was good for him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like skipping around the stage, and you're like in the middle of it.
No, but what's hilarious about that, and just the power of Bailey and his footprint on social media, is Bailey and his team, his social team, they cut the video and they put it out on his Instagram and on his TikTok before I had even told anyone. My parents were on a cruise and they knew I was planning on asking, but like they didn't know. And,
Dude,
and
just spur of the moment.
Just like the most viral video he's ever posted. And so I'm just getting calls left and right, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't even get to tell anybody. Like Bailey told him for me. It's
my girlfriend, she's from Temecula, California.
Okay.
And which is like an hour outside of San Diego. So all of her friends, like she moved here when she was like early 20s. So like everyone that she grew up with was at that freaking show. And all of a sudden we're like on Broadway and like hanging out. And she was like, what the heck? She's like, my friends are texting me asking if I got married. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
or got proposed to.
Yeah.
And sorry, I don't know the lingo. And she was like, what's going on? Heath didn't tell me that he was going to do this at all. So, like he said, didn't tell anyone. So I was just like, what the hell? No? Like, what's going on? And she goes, holy shit. Heath asked Brandis to marry him. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, he asked her to marry him on stage during Rockin' a Hard Place. And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, we didn't plan it. Bailey planned it at 9 a.m. the day of the show.
I just remember being like,
all right.
holy shit. I'm calling Heath. Of course, he's not answering.
Yeah.
Well, that's showbiz, baby.
Yeah.
That is
It
showbiz,
happens.
man. That is showbiz, and it was cool that we had Bailey at. We're very involved with like Tailgate and Tall Boys.
Yeah.
You know, Bailey and his family are involved with the Bloomington, Illinois location for that. We had him in Clinton, Iowa, and then the following week they do back-to-back weekends of it. It's a stretch. A party with Wayne and Austin in the USA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little redneck haven.
High-level degenerates, we call them.
I like that.
And
Raised rowdy, if you will.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. And Bailey was playing, I think, on the Saturday. He showed up like 2 days early. He didn't have anything else that weekend. Shows up, and they build the compound backstage with all the shit that Bailey brings out for his crew, for the pup, for everything.
It's a build-out.
Dude, and we just hung out with Bailey and who's his team now? Is it Braden?
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Braden,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and like the whole crew. And it's just him we were out in a side-by-side going through the campground. Like, it was crazy. And like his hometown, and like I'm hanging out with like his mom and his grandma. And
Dude.
it's just a time.
He is a lot of fun, man. He's the best.
And you guys got to have another big song. I mean, you've had a lot of songs with him, like on the Religiously project, and then New to Country, which to me is just a statement song. Like,
hell yeah!
There hasn't been a statement song like that's come out and like had a big pop, I think, in a while. Like, post FGL, like what at like that 2000s, like Aldine, Luke Bryan, like it has a little flair of the bro country thing, but it leans in on the rock shit that's going on right now.
Yeah,
totally.
The song just fucking cranks.
That one was fun. That was a lot of fun. We spent a whole day just like hanging out, me, Heath, and Austin at Austin's studio, and Austin had the track, right?
They had the track. Yeah, he and the guy he does most of his guitar work with on all of the Bailey records. They had built this track out, and Austin knew that this was something Bailey hadn't done yet, and it would be a bit of a stretch, but it was something that we should probably try. And I mean, we feel lucky to be the guys that he calls,
absolutely,
or called in that moment. But we really wanted to be deliberate about the message that song was sending if Bailey was going to be able to put it out, because of everything he had put out before it, and a little bit of everything that I think Bailey has kind of been trying to fight, because it just seems like the typical, country move to put out a song that feels like that, and he doesn't want to do anything like everybody else.
Yeah,
which I really respect about Bailey and love that about him. So if we were gonna do it, it needed to send a very personal, autobiographical message about, Bailey, and kind of the chip on his shoulder about having something to prove, because he did grow up in a small town. He did grow up in the sticks. He did grow up with nothing, but like, man, he's got a family that is tighter than I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And he is just a lifestyle country kid. And none of his songs sounded or said anything like that. And I think all of us, the three of us, Jacob and Austin, Sean, and myself, were on board with trying to deliver that message. But that was a 9-hour write, not because it was hard, but because like the lyrics are even that brilliant, but as we just really wanted to be tasteful about every decision we made.
It has like a swagger to it, like,
for sure.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, like
it's got a little like not pissed off to it, but a little bit,
Yeah,
like,
it has some grit. I think it goes with you guys too. Where
for sure.
You guys are like you've been down, you've been grinding, but now as a collective unit, the four of you guys, Bailey included, tasting this success, be like, we ain't changed. Like we're still country as hell.
100%.
Same guys you knew before rock came out.
For sure.
All four of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I feel like we did a good job with it. We were pumped that Bailey put it out.
Yeah, he took a chance on it. Again, a big shout out to Chief and Simon, because they championed this song. I know my publisher at Warner Chappell, Bryce Sherlow, she was just a massive champion of this song with that camp, and she also publishes Bailey and Austin, so she was passionate about getting everyone on board. But they've done such a great job with Bailey's brand, and every release has been curated perfectly, and everything is on purpose with them. So, Chief he really wanted it to be on time, and when we did let it drop, they wanted it to be a moment for Bailey, and luckily I think it's been consumed, the way that we hoped it would.
For sure.
And
it was sick too. We actually sat back down with Bailey and redid some stuff with him and rewrote some of the songs just so it really did, like, it meant what he wanted it to mean.
Yeah, if it doesn't, especially on outside songs, which outside songs are tough to get cut, even when you're in the camp. But for us, if it doesn't resonate with Bailey, who's going to be the vessel for the song, then it probably won't resonate for anybody else. So it is important for us to just, be open to, letting him in on a song so that he feels passionate about what he's about to go and give to everyone.
For sure. because he is very, very passionate about what he does.
Yeah, he's incredibly passionate. So backing up, so you're from Missouri originally, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, right at the very bottom.
So like the Ozarks area.
Yep. I'm like 30 minutes from Arkansas.
Okay.
Like central, right in the middle.
I spent a lot of time out on the road with Trey and with Muscadine, and one
Yeah.
of the spots that was one of the wildest, and I went there twice, Mountain Home, Arkansas.
Yep.
That's in that area. I had never seen more face tattoos in one
Dude,
area.
if you can
than
get to where
Mountain
there's
Home,
nothing to
Arkansas.
do, then there's nothing to do but crazy shit.
There's some crazy fucking
Yeah, dude.
people down there.
It is
dude.
it is a wild place. It's on the lake, so
Yeah.
it's just like it's a huge badass lake, and I think that's just like the honey hole for a hell of a time. You know?
Yeah.
It is sick as hell though.
Yeah. So what led you from going from there to get up here to Nashville?
Dude, I worked for the railroad for like almost 4 years out of high school. And I ended up quitting and moving back home because I didn't want to be gone. I was gone all the time. And I was like, I'm going to move home. I was dating someone at the time, and I was like, I'm just going to I need to probably not be on the road because I saw what it was like out there, and it is tough. It's hard. So I got home and ended up splitting up with the person I was with. And then I was like, well, shit, what the fuck am I going to do, And I ended up, starting a band and playing some shows in town in West Plains, where I was from, and just kind of led to us touring around southern Missouri and playing more shows. And then we got to where we were playing Friday and Saturday night every weekend, and I ended up meeting a guy in Nashville. Actually, my mom went to high school with a guy that lives here and writes songs.
Oh, sick.
And she messaged him on Facebook and was like, hey, my son's playing shows, and I think it's awesome. You should check it out. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Shout out Travis Smith. He's an amazing songwriter. Was an artist. I mean, he's the real deal. But he ended up hitting me up and was like, "Hey, dude, if you want to do this, you need to probably think about moving to Nashville." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know about that. That's pretty crazy. This is kind of fun right now." And he came and watched the show, and he was like, dude, you should probably come to Nashville, for real." And I was like, "Well, how does that even work?" He's like, "Come down here. I'll get you a hotel room." And I was working a regular job, in my hometown. I was, broke. And he's like, I'll get you a room, and I'll set up 2 sessions Saturday and Sunday. So you'll write 4 times. I was like, hell yeah. And I get down here, and I wake up. The first session I have that he sets me up with is with Travis Smith himself and Austin Sean.
Oh, wow.
And so we show up at Austin's house, and I'm like, what's up, man? Good to meet you. We sat down. We wrote a song that's it's actually, I think, it's the first song on the track list of the record I put out with Austin, producing it a few years ago.
Only reason why we know Austin Sean is because of this
Yeah.
situation.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Which is how, after Midtown met Austin,
Yeah.
through him.
Wow.
Like I said, I'd met
And
Rotunda.
And that's how Austin met Chief and Simon. And that's how Austin Sean is
With Bailey.
now with
It
Bailey.
all
It was crazy.
goes back to that.
Yeah.
It all comes back to
Dude,
Hackworth.
it's insane. Dude, I'm the plug, brother.
Big hack,
guy.
Big hack,
Big
the
hack
plug.
the plug,
Big
bro.
hack the plug.
Bro, I'm about to buy a grill.
Hell yeah.
But he ended up writing with him, and I ended up writing those 2 days, and then I went back home, and I was like, oh, I'm moving for sure. I went to Demumbrian one night, and I was like, this is sick.
Yeah.
And had a good time. And I went back home for probably 4. It was probably 5 months, and then I was in Nashville when I moved with 2 of the guys that I played with, that played with me, and got a crib and started doing a record with Austin when I first moved here. And then I met Rotundo, and through Rotundo I met Heath and Eric, and I was doing this record, and then I met Adam. Actually, Adam lived with Travis Smith.
Oh, no shit.
So I met Adam,
Wow.
and
our circle just kind of happened
yeah,
all at the same time, because I'd been boys with Eric Van Houten for a
Yeah.
few years.
OG, yeah.
And Eric's like a master connector.
Yes.
And just knows everybody in
Elite
town.
degenerate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
we call him the City Connect.
Yeah, he is. But I do feel like when this friend group started to form right before, just back in 2019, all of us were just like on the same wavelength. We were all kind of chasing the same thing,
Yeah.
all just in the same damn place
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait a minute, this is all just kind of coming together like the Power Rangers, baby.
Dude, it was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so dope.
Yeah.
Michael hit me up and was like, dude, who are you doing your record with? And I was like, oh, it's this guy named Austin Sean. He's sick. He's so badass. And sure enough, like they started working with him, and then that after Midtown, amazing, crazy, like smash sound
Yeah.
came upon everybody, and then we all took off. You know, that's when we all really started getting tight and writing a bunch of songs and stuff.
That After Midtown thing was ahead of the curve a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah, they were doing something really special. And, I think it opened up a little bit of inspiration for some other artists in town to feel like they were allowed to kind of turn up the dial a little bit and, do a little more rock country. And,
For sure. It showed me like, oh, wow, this is real. Like this actually does happen.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, you can be successful in this industry.
It had like flavors of the FGL thing, but then had flavors of like this rock thing that hadn't really been touched because it was before Hardy's, Mockingbird, and Crow, and like
Right.
a lot of that stuff. Like you
Totally.
said, ahead of its time.
And now you see like the Lakeview Boys, and like they were, parallel, kind of right around the same
Yeah.
time. And I don't know who was doing it first, but the Lakeview Boys are putting out great stuff right
Oh
now.
yeah,
It's
dude.
just
On the
like-
Breaking fucking Ben tour, right?
100%.
We love the Lakeview guys. They're Pittsburgh guys.
They
That's
are
where
the
Nikki
shit.
T's from. So
Yeah.
they're like OG day one Raise Rowdy. And after Midtown was OG Raise Rowdy too.
For sure.
Yeah,
They were
for
playing
real.
all of our events. So you get to town. You said it's like 2019.
Yep.
What about you?
The end of
So
2019.
So you've been in town a little bit longer.
Yeah, a little longer. I moved here July of 2016 from LA. So I was in LA 4.5 years.
So New Mexico to LA.
Grew up in Albuquerque. Went to college there. Started a band with my childhood best friends while we were in college. We were roommates. Little garage band situation.
Yeah.
We were playing like frats and sororities locally, and
At
then
New Mexico or New Mexico State?
University of New Mexico
That's
in
the Lobo.
Albuquerque.
That's
yeah,
the
the Lobos.
Okay,
Yeah, baby.
yeah.
Come on,
Well, that
everyone's a
most
Lobo.
fire name ever.
Yeah. Anyway, we were playing like frats and sororities and like 3-hour mall gigs and stuff. But
You were ripping in a
every
mall?
time like outdoor mall.
Oh, okay, I thought
like,
you were just in the-
No, yeah,
Like an old Limp Bizkit
yeah, the-
music video. Yeah.
outdoor mall, like Friday, Saturday night dinner crowd kind of thing.
Okay.
And this band was like heavily influenced by like Coldplay, The Fray, Augustana meets like Jack Johnson. So, easy listening stuff,
Yeah.
but like very radio, friendly to the ear and big demographic kind of sound. And because Albuquerque is just kind of a weird tour market, we were lucky enough to just be this band that all of the radio reps would call to open up for everyone coming through. Maybe we helped sell a few tickets and stuff like that, but what it really did is it allowed us to create some relationships with these bands from all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a sponge. I always want to learn and kind of pick up what everybody else is doing and turn it into my own thing. So anyway, our band broke up in the middle of a tour my last semester at college, and we were out on the road with a band from Western Massachusetts called The Gallery, and like when we broke up, and we had just played the Blue Light Lounge in Lubbock, Texas, which is an iconic
Yes.
country
one
music
of,
venue.
One of the rowdiest spots in the
yeah,
nation,
like
yes.
it's a money spot.
Yeah.
The Blue Light is just iconic. I love that spot. Anyway, played the Blue Light, go to Chimmy's after the show, and I'm talking to the Gallery's drummer, and I'm like, man, Kevin broke up the band today. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And their drummer was nice enough to be like, dude, move to LA with us this summer. We're gonna record a record with Warren Hewart, and I'm like, perfect. So a few months go by, pack up my car, drive out to LA. I sleep on a floor for 2 years with the guys in the Gallery.
Wow.
While they, record a record over a nine month span with Warren Hewart, who's like the Augustana Fray producer. While they were cutting this record, he was doing the, God, who was he cutting? I'm having a...
Well, man, I wasn't there at that time.
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say I
Anyway,
wasn't either.
He was cutting a record. And Warren's just like a big rock producer. Anyway, I'm out there, get a phone call from the state of New Mexico tourism department like, hey, we're looking for your band. I'm like, well, my band broke up. What do you need? They're like, well, we need somebody to write this song for the tourism department campaign. It's going to be an international ad campaign. It's going to run for 5 years, but we need you guys to custom write the song. And I'm like, well,
Fucking random.
Dude,
hold
no
my,
fucking shit.
it's like, hold my beer. So I go back to my apartment where I'm sleeping on the floor,
I got you.
write this song with my childhood best friend, Nate Boitano, who just happened to be in LA visiting me at the time. We write this song, cut it on GarageBand, send it to him, send it to New Mexico tourism department the next day.
Dude, the
And
craziest fucking
they're
shit.
like, this is the song. This is perfect. They're like, what do we owe you? And I'm like calling everybody. I'm like, what are these things worth? They cut me and Nate a check for way more money than I've ever seen in my entire life. And
Yeah.
I was like, I should just be writing songs out here, man.
Yeah.
And I started writing songs. I made no money writing songs after I received that check for a few years. But I don't think I'm sitting here in this chair in Nashville chasing the songwriting thing if it weren't for that phone call and that very, very random happenstance where they called me, asked for this thing. They still run the ad.
Dude.
It's so crazy, dude. It's nuts.
You never realize how crazy shit actually is until you sit down and just fucking go through it. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd been doing the LA thing for a minute, and I had a buddy that was working at BMG LA in the sync department, and I was just sending him everything I was writing. And he's like, man, have you ever been to Nashville? Like, me and my boss think these songs would be great there. Why don't you and the lead singer of the Gallery, one of my best friends, Brendan Cooney, why don't you and Cooney go out to Nashville, check it out? And we did. We brought the whole crew. We came here for a week. I fell in love with it immediately, went back to LA, packed my shit up, and moved across the country. And it's been 8 years since then.
Wow.
So, yeah, man.
It's crazy when you go back and like
Oh,
think
dude.
about it and talk through it. And that's
Right.
what I love about having
Holy shit.
having you guys on here.
For
right
sure.
now is I'm sure you don't think about this when you're on the grind every day.
No.
No,
You know?
but everyone has their own journey, right?
No doubt.
And everyone's story is as compelling as the next, because you got to be just out of your goddamn mind to want to come
No
and do something
fucking
like
shit.
this, you know. But when it works, and it's really cool. And I'm grateful for, everybody I've met along the way that's helped push me, to this place that I'm in now, because
Same
you don't
here,
really
man.
like stop and ask any questions like, is this really what I'm supposed
Oh,
to
yeah.
be doing? Or maybe I should keep this 9 to 5 I have in LA that, seems like it's, pretty sustainable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope, call my mom and dad. I'm quitting this job. I'm moving to Nashville. They're like, oh my
Oh, yeah.
God. No,
And you're
you're
sitting there
not.
going like, what the
No, you're
fuck am
not.
I doing? Like 5 of your buddies are sitting there like, fuck that, go, dude. Like, quit your job.
I think that's one thing about being broke, where you're just like, well, if it doesn't work, I'm going to be in the same
Same
damn place
position.
I'm in right now. So
What
I
have
might as
I
well
got
just
to
do it.
lose?
Literally.
Yeah. Nothing. Literally, I have nothing. To
Have you
lose.
been to Losers?
Yeah.
I did one time and I moved here.
Yeah.
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 I mean, and you know what, all the other stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
Losers was definitely the kicker.
Yeah.
I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, it's crazy that like every night of the week can feel like a Friday night.
Yep.
That's what I love about hosting events during the week. Because I've had buddies from New York come down. They're like, it's not going to be lit on a Wednesday, or it's not going to be lit on Tuesday. I'm like, bro, you have no idea. We're gonna be at a circuit of bars till about 3 a.m.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, they're like, no fucking way. I'm like, and then by the end of the night,
Trust me.
they're not even coherent to what I'm telling them.
For
They've had
sure.
Too many fucking root beer float shots at Red Door. They blew their mind. They couldn't comprehend the root beer float shot. But
Oh,
it's crazy. Now, you were on the road. Did you play drums for Dawson Edwards?
I did, yeah. So actually, the band I was in college, I was just the drummer. I wasn't even
Oh, no
really writing
shit.
those songs. But I was a sponge. I was just like, I loved the whole thing. I loved the process of making a record and choosing songs and all that stuff. But anyway, when I moved to Nashville, and while I was in LA, I was still picking up drum gigs while I was trying to figure out this songwriting thing. But when I moved here, I got a drum gig like right off the rip with this band from North Carolina called Young Mister. You guys should check out. Unbelievable songwriting, great band, so sick. But through that and through, co-writing with Dawson, when Dawson had his deal at BMG and he was getting ready to put out his first record, I was like, man, like, do you have a band put together yet? Do you know what that looks like? Do you know how to like put on a show? Like, we gotta, and a little opportunistic probably.
Yeah.
But I was still trying to navigate my whole situation in Nashville at the time, and I loved Dawson. I thought his songwriting was so cool, and I love that kid. So yeah, I MD'd for Dawson for a while.
Was that on the was that out with like the Corey Smith? Were those some
Yeah.
of the Corey Smith
Yeah,
dates?
we did the Corey
Trey
Smith
Bonner
run.
was out with you boys,
Yeah,
right?
dude. Oh my God,
Trey
dude.
Bonner, and then who else was out with you? I'm trying to think of like who the other guys were
Yeah.
in that band.
Well, I signed a non-disclosure, so
Oh,
I'm not allowed to.
non-disclosure?
No, I'm
Okay.
kidding. I'm
Yeah.
joking.
That would be a non-disclosure
Yeah.
For sure.
situation.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't sign a non-disclosure.
Caleb Conradi,
Let's
right?
talk
Yeah.
about it, dude. Yeah. Me, Caleb, and Doss, and Trey just ripping it up, dude. We had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how I first met Bonner and Dawson like right around the same time. We used to play pick-up kickball games. We called it SIGs in the outfield, and we'd rip SIGs on Belmont
That
softball field.
is what it's all about, right
And
there.
it was me, Trey Lewis, Trey Bonner, Ella Langley, Joy Beth Taylor, like that whole crew.
That's
We got
unbelievable.
And that was right after. That was like summer of COVID, so he had just gone out and done that. I think because that was what 19 that you guys went and did
Bro, December 2019, we're out on the road, and obviously nobody had any idea that like in a few weeks everything is gonna just stop.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna have any idea what the hell we're gonna do with the rest of our life. But it was 2019. That was such a squad, and so funny that you're playing kickball with that whole crew.
that.
Because
Yeah, dude.
after 2019, what all of those names are doing now is just so crazy.
Yeah,
man.
dude, it was wild, and I had street cred with like Ella and
Yeah.
Trey and Clay Barker and Mitch Wallace, who's sitting out there, and like all the Alabama folks, because I was the New York guy that was selling merch for Muscadine Bloodline, so they had all
Since
looked
that
up-
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
for
makes
sure.
sense. I was the loudmouth merch guy they would post on their story and fuck with on the road, so everybody knew like, oh, that's Burrill from the Muscadine crew, like they, and I instantly had like street cred with anybody from Alabama, but to see like what Ella and JB and obviously Trey, I got to be a part of the DDID shit, like it
Yeah.
was
For sure.
chaos,
Dude.
it
Yeah.
was fun.
That's the,
But again, it's like right place, right time, and you don't
No
know
doubt.
how it's all gonna like intertwine. Like you guys with like the Bailey story, and then like even now with Tucker, I'm sure there's a crazy
dude.
story with that too. I think
For
you
sure.
you were telling me the other
Yeah,
night
yeah.
at Losers.
I was at Losers. This is so funny.
You should tell the story about how you met Tucker
Yeah.
and all that, because we have been friends with Tuck for a long time.
Yeah.
But he's best boys with the
Yeah, that's
Tucker,
my
He's
dog,
been
man.
Along with the journey. the
Shout
whole
out
time.
Tucker Wetmore, bro. He's we were at Losers, and I mean, per usual, just like hanging out on the patio. Since some guys are kicking back some drinks and just hanging out. Well, one of my friends, one of my buddies couldn't say another one of my buddies' name, and he kept on calling him Tucker. And we're like, and then it became a joke, so he was just ripping this guy, Tucker, and all of a sudden,
He's not
dude,
even Tucker.
yeah, dude, his name's Trotter, and he kept on calling him Tucker. Well, and we're hammered, and all of a sudden, like tap on my shoulder, and I'm like, turn around, and there's like Tucker, and he's like, "Are you guys saying my name?" And I was like, "No, dude, we're not saying your name. I don't even know who you are."
Like fuck off.
Yeah, I was like, whatever, dude. Like, no, we're not saying your name. And he was like, well, are you saying Tucker? And I was like, yeah, that's what he's saying, exactly. And he was like, well, my name's Tucker. And I was like, well, fuck, dude, my bad. Like, good to meet you. He was like, good to meet y'all too. What are you doing? And he was just bullshitting. And we ended up chatting it up. And he actually, he was like, well, let me introduce you to some of my friends. And I was like, fuck yeah. By this time, we're drinking beers together. And he walks me over to
This is the most
my
Nashville
now beautiful girlfriend, and he goes, I want you to meet my friend Shelly. And I was like, oh, nice to meet you, like, hi. And we talked for a minute.
Want to
And
make out?
yeah. No, I didn't say it. I thought about it. But I was like, we talked for a second, and that was really, really it. And then the next night, I came back. I played a show on Broadway, and like a little cover gig, and we were like got done at like 10, and we were like, fuck it, dude, let's go back to Losers, you know? And we get to Losers, and I'm walking up the ramp, and there's Tucker and Shelly standing right there hanging out, and I was like, I walk in, she goes, what's up, motherfucker? And I was like, holy shit, what's up? And we just diverted all the plans and hung out with them, and Tucker ended up leaving, and then me and Shelly got to hang out that night and haven't, left each other's side since then.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
That's
And
so
Tucker and her were
crazy.
like, they're so close. It's like Tucker's like her little brother, and we just became tied. It was a pretty cool deal.
I feel like That's the perfect like reasoning to why people would say you have to move to Nashville to be in it.
Yeah.
And it's like when you hear that, it's like, that's because that's where the best songwriters are, and that's where the artists are, and we got to do the music. It's not even that. It's the fact that you met Tucker Wetmore at Losers because someone else was getting your other buddy's name wrong and saying Tucker. If that isn't God
For
and
sure.
country music, I don't know what the hell is.
100%, man. Yeah.
So crazy.
It was a complete blessing, you know. And then,
sick.
Fast forward, Tucker does what he's doing, and it's just been super sick to like be there and get to see it and also get to work together.
Yeah, dude. So how long ago was that?
It'll be 3 years ago in December.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So it's doesn't feel like that long, but it's been a little bit. Yeah.
And you've been able to go out on the road, write some incredible songs with him and be a part, just like you were with Bailey.
For
now
sure.
Get to watch another buddy
bro.
take off and just sling tickets
dude.
like nobody's fucking business.
It was insane, dude. It was the craziest shit. Because we became such good friends, and we were, at the time of everything starting to pop off, we had just actually moved into a place over in West Nashville, me and Shelly, and Tucker and two more of my buddies, his now merch guy, and our buddy Tyler, shout out Mikey and Tyler, they moved in right across the street from us. So, like, their garage, I take 4 steps, I'm in their garage. So now we're, like, living right across from each other.
We get it, man. You live with Tucker Wetmore.
I mean, damn near, man. Damn near it. But he's got a pretty sick garage. We watch a lot of football out there. But
a lot of garage beers.
Yeah.
Garage beers, baby.
The most garage beers. But, yeah, we ended up writing a bunch. And so, like, I got to see the whole thing, like, being right there, all the TikToks blowing up, and then holy shit, like this person's calling, we got this meeting, and then songs come out, and it was insane.
And you got to go on the road and open some shows.
Yeah, man. I got
right?
he's taking me out with him, God bless him, and let me, play some shows and get to see stuff that, like, I've never played for 1,500 people, but he was like, yeah, man, come on, jump up there. I was like, shit, let's do it,
Yeah, you're built for it, bro.
It was sick, yeah.
Your time's about to come, dude.
And a little birdie told me, 2025, we're getting some more original fucking.
Yep, it's coming.
Not songs being cut by people. Fucking Jacob Hackworth,
man.
Produced, sung, fucking recorded, out in the world. Songs.
It's coming, dude. It's for sure going down. We're pumped,
Which
dude.
gets me very excited.
Oh, dude.
I'm hyped, dude.
And like you were saying, like when you first met him, like you're too good to be delivering fucking Amazon packages.
Too good.
Come and work on this fucking little boat with me, and then we can write songs. Like you need to be out there singing for people too. So now to get to see this, and you getting
now we get to work on a project for me. It's
sick.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
For the first time since we first met and started writing together, we're sitting down in rooms together wondering if we're going to write for Hack or if we're writing for somebody else, which is a really exciting thing, especially because of Rock and because of Bailey and a lot of other things, but also because he's so damn talented.
Yeah.
You just watched a bunch of doors open up for us, and it's dope that one of the big doors that's opening right now is giving this kid an opportunity to do his thing, because his artist project is going to be incredible, and he deserves it, and
it's going to
make some
gas.
waves, man. It's going to be awesome, bro.
We're very excited because it's like with Ray's Rowdy too, one of our favorite parts is having these stories to say, like, we watched this curly haired, like maybe 120-pound sopping wet Bailey Zimmerman in 2020 before it even moved here, hop up on stage and do it. And like you get to watch these like folks come up and grow as writers, as artists. Like you guys were playing our events before Rock had like popped and all that.
Yeah.
But dude, we are so excited. I think I speak for Nikki T and Kurt and like the rest of our crew that we have. Like there is not a more like when you think of Ray's Rowdy, you think of fucking Hackworth.
Dude, I mean,
you are the brand, dog.
It's in my blood, bro.
Yeah,
it wasn't even my choice.
You are the brand, and I think like Heath was just saying, it speaks to you too. Like, as a hang, like so much of it is like talent, so, like hard work, all that, but also like the hang and just being a good fucking dude or a good girl, dude. Like so important.
It's like half the battle, like if you're enjoyable to be around and you like to work, like that's gonna, I think, do a lot for you. You know, I mean, being a homie and being a good dude and like being able to chat it up with anybody and be like, holy fuck, dude, good to meet you.
Yeah.
That's like a huge part of it. That's like one of my favorite parts about
But
the
then
whole
it
thing.
helps if you sing like Aldine meets Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, that
and you can write songs like nobody's business.
it
That
makes
helps
it
a little bit.
way cooler too to have people around you that are like, hey man, you sound great, you can do this shit.
Yeah, and to go the route of like doing the songwriting thing first,
For sure.
and then having this happen, because I feel like that was, I mean, it's over the last 20 years. You look at examples of like guys, obviously like Hardy, like Earn,
Yep.
like even like Wallen in the early days, or like Stapleton, or even Luke Bryan. Like without
Yeah.
Billy Currington cutting that song, who knows if we ever see Luke Bryan?
For
you
real.
know?
Right.
It's
So
like,
true.
but understanding that part of the business
Yep.
of that skill before you get into the artist thing, I think is going to give you a huge leg up. Dude.
It's given me a bunch of songs. It's given me the opportunity to work with great freaking writers and like, yeah, obviously figure out the whole thing, sort of, you know.
It's gonna be a great project.
I'm super excited.
Everybody's got to listen, man. It's gonna be so sick.
I'm pumped.
I'm stoked for you.
I'm excited to get some music out. Yeah, it's coming.
We're excited to stream the fuck out of
Oh,
it.
dude.
And whenever you want to play, I know we've had you each do like the Wednesday things. We've had you on plenty of rounds. When you're ready for the let the full Monty out and do a fucking full bore,
Oh, yeah.
Hackworth fucking
Oh,
full
bro.
band show, please let us know. And we would love to be the guys that
It will
get to have
definitely
you
go
with
down.
Raise Rowdy, and then we're already at Losers, so then we're just fucking
Perfect, dude.
rocking. Like
Wanna
that
go-
seems to be
Favorite
a
place.
magical place.
Yeah, dude. I'm just gonna go crush some drinks afterwards, and no, I'm pumped. I definitely will do that. I'll take you up on it if
Yeah,
that's
dude,
okay.
please, absolutely. No, you just let Nicky T and I know, and we'll
For sure.
we'll do it, man. And I'm trying to think of like some of my like because there's a lot of great moments that I've had with both of you guys.
Yeah.
Key West the last 2 years because it's like you hear stories about like when the songs when the writers of like the songs that are blowing up at the time are kind of down there. Like Taylor Phillips tells stories about, and my buddy Andrew Cirillo who was down there like when Hurricane was going.
Oh, yeah.
Or like. When like the Combs of the Walden songs were going and those crews were going down, it was like their first or second Key West. The last 2 years, but between rock and between other songs that have come out, like the moments of Key West being
Dude.
down there as the writers, like with BMI and stuff, like those seem to be like you
It
guys
is-
were big and like some of the big dogs down there,
Dude,
Yeah.
it was. I mean, yeah, it was so fun.
A lot of love to BMI.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marianne Keene is just
They
really,
do a great job with that, by the way.
She's taken
Yeah.
such great care of me along the way. She was my original songwriting champion in Nashville, like the first person that
Wow.
introduced me to every publisher she possibly could. And my first 30 meetings in town with a publisher were all through Marianne and BMI. And just because of Key West, and, I think, when you're a new songwriter moving to town and you see the Instagram posts of who's going to be down in Key West playing this year, and like, damn, I didn't get invited. How do you get invited to something like that? That sounds really cool. And, then you put your head down and you work again for another year. And then all of a sudden, BMI has got you front of mind and they're thinking about you. It's awesome. But what's really dope was for us to celebrate a 6-week number one
Yeah.
in
Dude.
April of 2023. And then I think, it was still number one while we were in Key
Yeah.
West
Yes.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And while we were playing the pool party, John Byron got on stage right after us. And we got the call right when we got off stage that Last Night bumped us off of number
And
one.
started
Wait,
its-
was it
started
Last
its
Night?
I think it
crazy
was
career,
last
man.
night.
Yeah. Last Night bumped us off of number one, and then Last Night started its run.
Yeah.
We're like, damn, 6 weeks must not be that big of a deal if these
Oh,
guys are
dude.
still going at 12, 13.
No kidding.
that-
That was crazy.
Talk about a hell of a run at country radio. That that kind of just put a bit of a plug in the number one spot for 3 months.
Yeah, and even like there's in the past 5 years, like the guys and girls, like there seems like there's almost been. And I love like the OGs that have been in that for a very long time.
Hell
but
yeah.
there's like a new guard in the past 5 years, and I put like Byron and Blake Pendergrass,
Yeah,
and like
yes.
Dawsey,
Those
like the
guys
folks
are rad.
that are coming up with Ern's Cadillac stuff with Big Loud, and then like guys like yourselves, like
For
and
sure.
then on like the female side, like the Joy Beth Taylors and like
Thank
people like
you.
that.
I mean-
there's just a crop where it's like the songs that have been fucking coming out of Nashville the past few years, insane.
Yeah, I think we all, are inspired by each other. It's funny that you mentioned, the first few Key West that you went to where it's like, man, Wallen's kind of coming up. He's the kid that's opening up for FGL. everybody would kill for an FGL cut right now,
Yeah.
you know, but nobody really saw this Morgan Wallen train that was about to snap. And I always try and be a little analytical about, you know, what our job entails so that we can get into a writing room and be tactful and, you know, give what we do every day a little bit more meaning. So when we turn it into a publisher, it has someplace to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like watching that Morgan Wallen train hit on the Dangerous record, I remember just being submerged by that album for months on end. And what that did
I think
for
everyone
me,
was, man.
Yeah.
what that did for me as a songwriter was, number one, believe in outside songs, which is
Yes.
really inspiring.
Yeah.
Number two, really want to understand what made all those songs so special from start to finish, which was so cool about that record. Because, like, man, you got bro country in here, you got songwriting in here, you've got classic country in here, and you've got this, like, hip-hop country thing that
This
he does with
new
Charlie Hanson that's like a new
yeah.
wave. And you're like,
Yeah.
damn, man, like, this could... If all of this gets to be country, then I need to figure out how to drive in every single lane. You know what I mean? Because all of these things are what I grew up on. And I think that's kind of where we've arrived right now on the songwriting side, and seeing some of our buddies come up as artists that you just mentioned, where it's like, man, why is all this happening at once, and why does it feel bigger than it's ever been? And, you know, for me, I always kind of look back at that Morgan record where I'm like, I just think that just kind of knocked down some barriers that weren't there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For us to you know, really adventure down. And since then, now it's like, well, I don't want it to sound like Morgan. I want it to, you know, touch on all of these subgenre things that make music really special, so that we can find new ways to connect with fans. And I love that about our job. I love that about the BMI thing, just to come back to like that festival. Cause it's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm boys with John Byron and Blake Pendergrass. How the hell is that possible? You know what I mean?
For sure.
And
you
they're
know,
probably
and-
sitting there like, oh, I'm hanging out with Heath and Hackworth. This is fucking sick.
Dude,
Like there's
exactly.
this
Those guys are
mutual
so sick.
respect within the community.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, and it's cool that we have to go all the way down to Key West to like figure that
Actually,
out.
For
get
sure.
some time.
You're like, oh, hey, guys. What's up?
But that's what it's about, man. Because, you know, yeah, we all do hang out at Red Door and Losers every once in a while. But, you know, when you are just busy and you're in the grind and in the midst of writing songs every single day, it's tough to get to the bar every night. I look at you and Nikki T. I'm like, damn, man, these guys got events every damn night of
Long
the
nights.
week. You guys are crushing.
We are upwards anywhere from 10 to 12 events a month. Every Sunday, every Wednesday, every other Tuesday, the occasional shit shows at the Rusty Nail that we do. And then we are 20 to 30 podcast episodes between everything in the network.
Jeez.
Going to
You guys are
festivals.
rolling.
I just unpacked 288 hats that came in. We had to fulfill like a dozen online orders. Like it's,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just
man.
nonstop.
I can only imagine.
It's
bro.
nonstop, but again, I'm like, I could be bouncing on Broadway right now. I could
Yeah.
be doing some job, some shitty job, or I could be not in this thing. I could be back
Right.
home in New York planning my next trip to Nashville, but living down here, it's just
Oh,
it's
dude.
insane to be entrenched in it as deep as we are, you know?
Man,
For sure.
you and Nikki T are the best duo since FGL for sure.
Whoa,
100%.
that's
Hey,
a
man.
big deal.
Yeah,
Let it out.
hot take. Hot take.
It's the truth.
Big deal.
Hottest duo since Brooks and Dunn, man. Nikki T and Maddie B.
Damn. I'm excited for that was it reboot or
Yeah.
the reboot
It's
Yeah.
record?
sick.
It's
It's going to be sick, dude.
But, you know, I just want to say, like, what you guys have done, and you know, yeah, I always look at, like, what Ward Gunther's done with Whiskey Jam. The opportunity you guys represent for songwriters and up-and-coming artists in Nashville is unbelievable. Really kind of before what you guys started at Live Oak, it really was just the Whiskey Jam train.
It was Whiskey Jam and Revival.
Yeah,
Those
and
were like
Revival
the two
was sick.
things.
Yeah. And now seeing how many events you guys are doing and
Yeah.
really just all the opportunities that you're giving to, you know, new people to town, people that have been around a little bit and people that have been around a long time. Like, it's just the best show in town. I'm really happy for you guys.
For
man.
sure.
It's awesome.
No doubt. I remember the feeling of being like, man, I really want to play one of those rounds. Like, that would be so sick. And
Right.
like the second that you get to do that is just like the coolest thing ever. So the fact that you give people that opportunity is so sick.
Well, we appreciate that, guys. We're just out here trying to make Midtown again.
100%.
Because it's so
Yeah.
important, especially with like the new bars, like Old Dominion's going in, Winter's changing over to Riley's, like keeping the original music thing
Yeah.
giving it a home because it needs that, especially with all the chaos with the construction on Demumbrey and everything. Like
crazy.
Original music needs to have a place in
No
Midtown,
doubt.
and luckily, like Steve Ford, we've gotten to know Riley well from hosting at his place, and he's like, dude, I love what y'all are doing over here. Like it's cool to get to be a part and to get to know guys like yourselves and like. Nick and I talk about like we moved down here wanting to be like with the excitement that sick. I'm down here now. I can go to Whiskey Jam every Monday, Thursday. I can go to Revival on Tuesday. I can go to Why Not Wednesday or Bus Call on Wednesday. Like I can go to all these events now. The fact that we're hosting them and getting to be like a big part of the community's sick.
It's awesome, dude.
You guys are in it. You are the
in it,
community, man.
dude. It's
awesome.
It's wild, and it's cool to get to take the scene out of town and get to watch our homies kill it at festivals and at club shows. Do you guys still like just go to shows and like get to enjoy
As
like,
often as I can.
being a concert fan?
Yeah, 100%.
We were just talking about it on the way here. Actually, I went to the Dierks Bentley show at Bridgestone a few weekends ago with my wife and a few friends, and I've always been a huge fan of Dierks, but hadn't really seen what that looks like in a few years, you know. And the show he put on is so dynamic, but also inspiring. And you know, now we're you know writing for this new Dierks project, and it's so sick to see what that looks like and see that he is still just like a pinnacle name in country music, and to go to concerts, and really I was just there to have a damn good time. But be inspired, and then literally 2 days later, I went to the show Saturday night. Monday morning, I'm in a room with Ross Copperman, Scooter Caruso, and Ben Williams, and I'm like, well, damn, 20 of the damn songs at Dierks' show the other night were Ross Copperman songs. This guy's like solely responsible for everything that I just was like moved by. And the song we wrote that day is, you know, hopefully it's got a shot on this new Dierks record. But that's like, again, man, hell yeah, I go to concerts to be inspired, but also just I was there to have a damn good time.
That's like the most fun shit ever. Like,
we do it because we love music.
That is why, 100%. That's why. That's why I fell in love with music is concerts. Like I got to watch probably Aldine. I think first concert.
Aldine was your first?
Yeah, dude.
It makes a lot of sense.
I was like, holy shit.
Which tour was? Do you remember what year?
Dude, Big Green Tractor was number one. I think.
Oh, so it was like early Aldine.
Yeah.
That was like
it was a long time ago.
2009.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, my first Aldine show was it was funny, the openers that were on that, because it's funny to look back at the openers for like those days, like 2005 to like 2014, who was opening for Aldine, who was opening for Dierks, Blake, Luke, like at that time. I saw him, it was at Madison Square Garden, and it was 2013, I was still in high school, and it was fucking it was Baby Thomas Rhett, just acoustic, if I could have a beer with Jesus, you know, like
holy shit.
Early TR, and then Long Hair, Barefoot Blue Jean Night had just come out with Jay Cohen, and then Aldine playing the night. It was the Night Train tour.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Which is when he started transitioning a little bit from his sounds and like growing in. That was like album 4 or 5 for him. You know, what was your first show?
Well, I think I'm a little bit older than both of y'all, so be easy on me. But my first concert, like real concert, was John Mayer, 2003.
What a show!
2004. Maroon 5 opened.
Ooh.
And Gavin DeGraw opened.
What a sick tour. That concert T-shirt would be worth something right now.
Shit.
I'll tell you what.
You didn't have to snag one, did you?
Money for the T-shirt.
Yeah. Well, you're also young.
I was young.
Yeah,
I was a freshman in high school.
Oh no shit. Yeah, my first show ever was actually also in 03. It was Tim McGraw when he was doing like the Eric Church thing with the no openers. So it was right before sobriety, like Fu Manchu, like Hosscat McGraw. When McGraw people don't realize McGraw used to party. People are like, oh, Wallen parties hard. It's like, you don't realize what the 90s and early 2000s guys did.
Oh, yeah.
There just weren't phones, you know?
For sure.
So I saw...
Nobody taking a video of it.
Yeah. There is no way to do that. So it was like Tim McGraw, like back in like the real good man, like that era.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, 3rd grade.
Yeah,
you're just like, I have to grow a Fu Manchu.
I'm watching my aunt and my mother freak out over Tim McGraw. Like they were obsessed.
And then, I bet they still like him now.
Oh, they do. Oh yeah,
can't
they
blame
love
him.
him.
Sober Tim, that's kind of a hot Tim.
Oh yeah,
McGraw,
sober Tim just jacked out.
Just like golden.
Post Friday Night Lights Tim.
Jesus in the gym, man. Tim
For
McGraw.
sure.
Yeah.
100%.
He goes hard.
That's a good looking dude, no doubt about that.
He goes hard, man.
Oh yeah. I want to
Should
look
we
like
talk
him
about
one day.
Faith? Just
Yeah, no
Faith
kidding.
Hill, beautiful too.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Love us.
100%.
Love us some Faith Hill.
But Tim McGraw, I mean,
Tim McGraw, I mean, damn, man. Look at that guy.
yeah, he can't get
See
away
his
from
arms?
it, man.
Yeah. The next concert Nikki T and I are actually going to do, because we try to do, like, ideally it'd be once a month, but it's really like every couple months. We try to plan a club show to go and see somebody within a 4-hour radius of town. So we're going to like Rome, Georgia. We're going to Lexington, Kentucky, Cincinnati, East Tennessee.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like Nashville shows are cool, but a lot of time it's the suits just kind of.
Yep.
Everybody just did
Everybody-
Nashville listening party.
Everybody's hanging out up
Yeah.
in the mezzanine. Like,
Yep.
nobody gives a fuck. They're there because they kind of have to be there, kind of thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
But we're going to a show. It's in town. We're going to see Big X the Plug.
Oh
at
my.
East Side Bowl in fucking Madison, dog.
I love it.
When?
In like 2 weeks. It's a Monday night. If you want to
I'm
come,
gonna have to
with.
make my way there.
Bro, it's me.
That's all that I got
It's
going on,
me,
dude.
Nikki T, and our video guy Ike, and it's like Ike's
Oh
this
my-
like quiet
Put it
kid
in the
from
calendar.
Seattle, dude.
I am I'm gonna find out how to get there for sure.
Big X at an East Side Bowl's a small room.
I've never been.
It's like a small room that's kind of in like the hood of Madison. Like, it's gonna be so.
Oh,
epic.
dude, it's gonna be sick. I will be going.
I'm gonna be up in the clouds before. Like, that's one
Oh my
that I'm gonna be.
gosh,
I'm
for sure.
Nikki T and I are
Yeah.
gonna be fucking.
Oh, yeah,
chilling,
dude.
Floating. I like
Very,
it.
very excited. For that one.
I'm gonna have to figure that out because he's the biggest.
Bro, yeah, his shit's so cool, and it's like he fucks with the country guys too. Like,
does,
Yeah, bro.
dude. He's
him and
in it.
Wallin are boys.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Hard.
Have you had any like encounters with folks like outside of the country genre through like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Well, I mean, the hip hop guys, like I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm
really
saying like folks that you've come into
pop in like
like
that,
what you've come
but
into contact with them
Jake-
through like your cruise and stuff.
Jacob and I became pretty tight with Sam Nelson Harris, the lead singer of X Ambassadors.
Oh, sick.
Dude,
Last December, we were on a
the
riding
coolest
retreat
dude ever.
with Sam, and Sam's just like in the pop game.
Yeah.
If you looked him up and all the songs he's written for other people, co-produced songs for other people, unbelievable. And then the X Ambassadors, they're just like, I know they've had some like massive hits, but they're kind of slept on, bro. That band is
For
sick.
sure.
But Sam is brilliant, man. He's a connection.
Oh
that
man,
has
it was
opened
fun.
up some new opportunities for us that are, you know, just outside of Nashville that have been really cool to be a part of.
It's
No doubt.
refreshing to do the outside of town thing.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
I'm sure. It keeps
Yeah.
the creative brain just going. Not saying there's not enough for you to do here.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
like it keeps like to have something that's like a little bit of a challenge.
No doubt.
you know?
Totally. That, and you know, I think more than ever, because of country music growing so much in the last couple of years, those LA guys and those New York guys and Miami guys are really starting to take notice about what is cool about Nashville.
Yeah.
And I think all of us are equally as interested in like their world in those places, and seeing the crossover and the collaborative effort that comes with that has been really envelope pushing for me. Like I really love leaving those types of camps or leaving those types of rights with a little bit more knowledge, but also some inspiration to, you know, get out of this machine that is Music Row, get out of this machine that is Nashville, where we always get to apply what makes our songwriting feel and sound like Nashville
Yeah.
and special like that. But also, you know, man, how do we marry these two or three worlds and you know, create something no one's done before?
Oh, yeah.
Which I think that those types of relationships, you've seen them pay off with Morgan, with Big X the Plug, with
Little Dirk.
yeah,
Moneybag.
Lil Durk, bro. Yeah,
Moneybag,
Moneybag.
yo.
Like, dude, I wear those songs out. I love them so much.
Dude,
So, yeah, man, we've never been allowed to do that before, and we're allowed to do it now in country, which is so sick.
it makes you
Y'all-
sick.
Yeah, and y'all are in the scene as the first chapter of
Yeah.
this, like
Can
where
I-
it can go.
Can I break down the math for you on this?
Yeah,
It's because we all grew up in the damn 90s, bro.
yeah. We grew up listening to
And we
everything.
grew up to the best shit, the best rock and roll, the best pop, the best country, the best hip hop, the best R&B, boy band era, girl pop era, like you name it. We are that generation. We grew up on all of it. And now all of us grew up and now we're songwriters. And people are wondering why country music doesn't sound like country. And I'm like, it's because all of us grew up on all of the best kind of music, which is why country music's bigger than it's ever been. And stop questioning whether or not this is cool or not, because this is the shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's authentic, and I think it really brings all those worlds together that we all grew up on and feel inspired by. Even like the pop punk, like heavy metal shit. Like we've got it going on in country music. There isn't another genre that allows everybody to hang out at the same table.
Very
I think
true.
it's so sick.
Yep.
It's very well said.
Yeah.
You are incredible. Like,
Oh, dude, I can sit here and just be like, I just get locked in.
If there's like I don't know how unions and stuff work back home in the Northeast. Lots of fucking
run the union.
You are like the spokesperson that you want yelling at somebody.
He has it
that's
figured
fucking
out.
you
I'm like,
over.
how did you think of how to say that?
Yeah.
Well, it's got to make sense, man.
It does.
You know?
Yeah.
So
You make it make sense, brother. You sure do.
I'm just trying to make stuff rhyme and get into the radio.
Yeah, dude. You were talking about the rock stuff too. Butt Rock Night.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Which has been like our big account. It's like double the size of the Raised Rowdy account now. It's like 120,000 followers. It's the memes. Shout out to Brian Frazier. Brian
Yeah,
Frazier
sure.
He's the mastermind behind that. It's him, Nikki T, and then Sam, who runs our Rowdy Alternative stuff that's more rock leaning.
Yeah.
We have a crazy night. I'll tell you guys off the mic because I'm not sure exactly when this episode comes out, but we're going to be doing a collab with a big band of that era.
Oh, this is
I can't
great.
wait to hear this.
It's like a whole night. Like our next butt rock-esque night is going to be at a new location with one of these bands.
I love it.
Celebrating.
Dates are not.
Oh no, we have it. We have a date. I'm just not sure when.
Okay,
we're
I got you.
announcing that, so I don't want
For sure, yeah.
their team to be like, "Why'd you say that, Burrill?"
Yep.
You
No,
know,
I like
yeah.
what you're doing. You're just
Yeah,
kind
oh,
of
the hype.
teasing us.
No, well,
It's like,
I would love to
Check
have,
this out.
and I'd love to
Stay
have you
tuned.
because I know you're a big. I'm sure you're a big fan of this band.
I
and it's
probably
like
am.
Covering, it's like 70% them, 30% like other bands of that era.
oh, I'm
Sick.
so
And we
juiced.
got the Saxman Studios guys playing as like Grady Saxman
what
and
a
his
great
guys.
backing band.
They're the house band for all 2 hours. So it's
That's
going to
awesome.
be absurd. And
I will
we'd
be
love-
there.
Yes, and we'd love to have you. I'll tell you off the mic.
Yeah.
You go crazy. You might put a hole in the wall. Like in
I
butt rock
might.
fashion, you might turn your name might
Just
turn to
headbutt
Kyle.
something.
Your name might turn to Kyle. You might crack open a monster. And put
Yeah,
a head through
dude,
the
for
wall.
sure.
Yeah.
We might have to hold you down.
Maybe. I'm pumped, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so. I want to know.
And it's like, and like you said, the rock influence of stuff. It's so cool. It feels like just in society, we're back in 2002. You know, like
Great
it's like
place to be.
It's like the attitude era of life, from
Yeah.
the bullshit and politics to this to that to you're able to really say what you want to say.
Wear what
and
you
don't have to
want,
worry.
say what you want, do
Yeah.
what you
Literally.
want.
Eminem new record, Creed back selling out shows, Limp Bizkit selling out shows, fucking all that stuff going on. It's a
Yeah.
cool time to be in music and just be living
Dude.
in general, I think.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man.
A lot of freedom, man. And it's nice to have it.
I love that it's standing on the foundation of country, though.
Yeah, that's the
That's
best
what's
part.
so sick.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's us, man. And I think that says a lot about us right now. So that's great, dude.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I appreciate you coming on and doing
Dude.
this shit. And I'm glad you like the surf sides, and I'm glad to have you guys in the Raised Rowdy family. I know you
Hell
guys
yeah.
were just talking about us earlier. It means the world to Nikki T and I. It's the coolest thing that we get to be a part of the community without knowing how to write, knowing how to play, knowing how to sing. Like, it's so cool to just be parts of the community and get to do what we do and call you guys brothers, man, and call the rest of your crew.
Same
bro.
to you, man.
We
Thank
love.
you.
Shout out to the whole crew of the degenerates that
Yes.
are with you guys.
Shout out to the
and shout
goods.
out to shout out to the ladies by your side too, because it takes a special
Absolutely.
woman to understand this music life that we're in.
Hell
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So shout out to your wife.
And
shout
our
out to your
lives
girlfriend.
started to change right when we brought
Yes.
them into our
Isn't it
world. So,
crazy?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how life just works and
Yeah.
it all starts to kind of fall into
Falls
place.
into play.
You're down at the bottom between a rock and a hard place, and then you kind of just
You just slowly. You don't even know you're coming out of it.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
just-
stop.
We
just keep
were
grinding.
we were down. We were down bad when we wrote that song, bro. We were broke and we were sad. And then the ladies just really came and brought us up. The song
Yeah, no, it
happened,
changed my
and
life.
Now we're back, baby.
No doubt.
It's incredible. Well, Jacob Hackworth, Heath Warren, we're gonna be on the lookout. Any songs that we wanna, any cuts coming that we can talk about to promote, or I know Little Red Race Car's out now. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
Nikki T will go through phases, whether it's like an old song, like in Key West a couple years ago, he just kept singing Deftones over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Right now, Little Red Race Car,
Yes.
he is obsessed. And I love the song, but Nikki, like I get in the car with him and we're going into town, it's the first song on the
Yeah.
aux every single time I step foot in his car.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
we
Thank you,
are-
Nikki T.
We are
Yeah,
massive fans and it started,
Thanks.
we first heard it with you and Jackson playing
Yeah.
it at rounds, so it's
Yeah,
really
man.
cool to see Chase do that with that song.
Next time we chat, we'll talk about that story. That song's had a cool journey too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, a lot of love to Chase Rice. Stoked about this new record he's got out. You guys should go and check that out. I think it's the best thing he's worked on yet. a lot of great songwriters on that record too, and Oscar and his whole squad did a really great job on it.
Hell yeah! But any songs that we need? Any?
I think Friday, Josh Ross is releasing a song called "Moving On." I was lucky to be a part of, and I was so stoked to get to work with him on that, and Jackson Free and Chris LaCourte. That song's gonna be awesome, and I'm pumped to hear it. So go check that out this Friday. And then the Jelly Roll record comes out Friday, so I got to be a part of a song on the Jelly record, man, and that was amazing.
I can only imagine what a room is like with you and Jelly in the same room, and just like the good vibes, the party, like just
he's just the best guy, no doubt, like undefeated best dude ever. So, and the people that we got to work with on that song are amazing too. So I was beyond like shocked and just overwhelmed.
Could you ever imagine 5 years ago you guys meet and you're calling him, hey man, quit that Amazon shit, come on this boat and we'll make enough money to cover everything. To where you're sitting here talking about Chase Rice, Jelly Roll, like all this shit.
Oh man, no. If someone could call me 5 years ago and tell me about this scenario right now, I'd be like, click. I just wouldn't even listen. Scammer.
You'd be back on the railroad.
Yeah, dude. Swinging that hammer, brother.
Working on the railroad.
That was fun. We could talk about that another time too, but holy shit, shout out to the railroad workers, man.
Oh yeah. Well, Jacob Hackworth, Heath Warren, thank you guys so much
for
man. Coming on, and this was a fun episode. I'm glad we finally were able to figure out a date for it. And y'all be sure to check out Hackworth, check out Heath. Shout out to our friends from Surfside, Vodka Iced Tea, Vodka Lemonade. You can get them. They're in, I believe, 43 or 44 states. They are, in fact, crushable. So go and get you some Surfside. We're sending the boys home with a 4-pack each. We're also sending them home with some hats. I got some hoodies for them. If you want to know more about us, visit RaisedRowdy.com. For my boys, Hack and Heath, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.
I ain't never been the kind for staying in one place for too long. I ain't never been the best at saying I love you to a girl I love. Only got a couple tricks up my sleeve. They usually just